Just a quick update, late September 29th, the allotment. This is the flower patch. A lot of it's been taken down now. There's still some lovely cosmos over here flowering, and the dahlias obviously here. And then further round on the flower patch we've got some Verbena bonsariensis, this beautiful flower here, such a bee magnet. And then the chrysanths, a bit wind battered on that storms we had at the end of August, and down here is the Tagetes Starfire mix. Some of these chrysanths here are going to be dug up for pot mums. As you can see, there are literally hundreds of flowers on these 4 or 5 plants here. Absolutely incredible. Need to come up next week. And the ordinary chrysanths are doing very well as well. Some lovely flowers here. Round to the veg. Spring onions here, picking now. And this is my purple sprouting broccoli for the spring. This is claret. This was sown in June, if I remember rightly. It's a nice double row of claret there. As you can see, no dig, keeps the ground nice and clean. My goodness, there's a weed there. We don't have many of those here. I'll pick those two up in a minute. A lot of the weeds we do get here are actually wind blown. They don't actually come up out the ground. The biggest problem here is groundsel. Lots of plots nearby have got groundsel weeds on them. This is again a cleaner plot. You can see between this purple sprouting here, all easy to walk on, no dig. And we've got some autumn sprouting here. You can see the first shoots. We've had a couple of pickings already from the autumn sprouting. Just move around. Here we've got some lovely Savoy cabbage. Last of the lettuce pickings here. A beautiful Savoy there. I think it's Contessa. The last of the beetroot here, the smaller beetroot, grown in clumps. There's a January King at the end here. He actually is early. I normally pick these until the end of the year, but they've been a strange year, weather, and they're going to be picked in the next couple of weeks. Just move around the strawberry bed, the raspberries. These have been tied in for the winter. We just move on down to the bottom. The runner beans took a battering in the wind last week. They're about to come out. So I haven't bothered to straighten them up much. There's just a couple more pickings left on those. Now the asparagus bed down here has already received some compost. And then we move round to the more Savoy cabbage here. I know this definitely is Contessa. And then just behind it we have the celeriac. So we're getting some nice roots on these celeriacs now. You'll see those in there. There's about 25 plants or something in there. And then we've got Kalettes flower sprouts here. They're gorgeous purple veining on the leaves. And you can see inside the stems here, the little Kalettes flower sprouts starting to grow. It's going to be interesting. I've not grown these before, but these are over 3 foot high, so very happy with these. We've got some lovely Cavolo Nero, which is taller still, which I really like. And then we move on to the beetroot, which is still cropping. And you can see the size of these beetroot here. Absolutely enormous, bigger than my hand. And some more over here. But these are still tender in the middle. I've just left them in the ground. You can see from the size of my hand how big they are. They just boil through and cut up beautifully, or we can slice them and roast them. And then under the fleece here, we can tread carefully. We've got some overwintering veg. So we've got some salad rocket here along the far side, some chervil, and then Modigliani spinach at the front here. There's also some purslane, winter purslane, minus lettuce over the back there. And so this is some newly planted spinach. This went in a little bit later than the first lot. I'll swing round to the lettuce beds. The lettuce is come to the end of its pick now. 1 or 2 just going over. And this bed will be garlic in 2 or 3 weeks' time. But these Xanadu lettuce, I had mentioned these in my photos before. They have just done so exceptionally well. This has had about 10 or 11 pickings off of these now, this Xanadu. So we have a look at the tag here. You can see this was sown 26th of May. And we've been picking in, there's still another 2 picks off of these at least. Just move over to my pumpkin patch, which is the other side of the main plot on the dung heap, which will be spread on the ground after the pumpkins are finished. So there's some crown prince, some butternut squash there, and the crown prince, some down here, other side of the netting, and just over there you might be able to see the white blob of 3 crown prince in a row. We move on round to the swede. This bit of netting is still up because I've got some cucumber melons at the end and didn't want to take it down yet, but these are the swedes growing here. These are a good thick man fist size. Several of them in here. I think it's 2 rows of about 12 plants, so more than enough to keep us going through the winter. You can see them. Take this net down fairly soon, just clear away the old dead leaves. There's some more sprouting broccoli here, just get around over the stake. So this is autumn sprouting, and again more beautiful Cavolo Nero. It's been astonishingly good this year. I love the way the water droplets sit on the leaves, but they really are a lovely crop. And then we've got some red cabbage here. This one's just starting to split, so this will go in the pot this weekend. Had a broccoli there that didn't get picked, that'll have to come out as well. And then we've got some more. This was actually lettuce bed, and I just stuck these few odd interplants in that were left over. So more Cavolo Nero in amongst the nasturtiums, and some kale, some lovely dwarf green kale, and more Cavolo Nero. As you may imagine, we do like Cavolo Nero. As you can see, all of these seeds of nasturtium that have all self-seeded on the floor. Fortunately, they won't make the winter. I should put some cardboard down over there and some muck on top just to stop the bed becoming full of it next year. And there's a path here which needs relaying. It's got a bit worn next to the now nearly empty raised bed. It's the only raised bed I have here. Normally put some for early salads in February and cover, but I'm just starting to put down some wood chip on the cardboard here. I've got some more in the car to put down in a minute, and this will make it a better path. Needs a little bit more cardboard at this end. As you can see, there's a few little weeds and some flower seeds have sprouted here, but once this is all off and cleared, that'll be covered too. This is how we do the no dig with first year, all for paths. They're a little bit weedy, put cardboard down, and either your compost on top to grow into, or if it's a path you can put wood chip down. This works very, very well. And just to finish off, there's a few more flowers here. This is called Cutting Rudbeckia, gorgeous yellow colour, and there's a little bit of a variation in here with some darker colours. Some more scabious here, white scabious, and we finish off with these gorgeous French marigolds, which are just a pretty picture as you come in the gate here. If you've enjoyed the tour, any questions, no dig, gardening general, give me a shout. Thank you.